Bob Elliott joins us now. I guess call you the Spink Award winner, not a Hall of Famer, Bob. That's correct, right?
That'll work. How you doing, cuz?
Not bad. Good to chat with you, Bob.
How are you doing? Good, sir.
Good.
Well, I guess the question is, and I was reading your stuff today, there were a couple of different answers given on Ricky Romero and his next start, and I'm wondering if it's really time to push the panic button on the stud left-hander.
Well, I'm trying to think last night who to compare his post-game, and there's been a few of them, his post-game explanations to, and I mean, it goes back to Roy Halladay. That's the only one I can compare him to. I mean, that's how frustrated he is, how flustered, how emotionally down he is. I mean, there's nothing. He's not hurt. There's nothing. It's a mental thing, and I don't know, and they don't know the answer to it. But that's as perplexing and the thing is, and we all know what they did to Halladay. They sent Halladay out.
There have been suggestions that Ricky could use a trip to the minors. We've heard, I guess, from John Farrell today, and correct me if I'm wrong, that he's going to make his next start. But do you think that Ricky has the mindset to deal with a trip to the minors at the age of 27?
I think I'd have to look him up. If he's got 5 years in, they can't send him down. But I think he keeps talking about, I can't look people in the eye, my teammates in the eye, I've let them down. And I think after seeing what had happened with Lind, it spruced Lind's game up. I would think if he wants to, go down and get away from everything and work on something a little different, the way Lind did, and come back like a new Adam Lind, come back a new Ricky Romero, I would think he should take the chance.
Bob, you mentioned Halladay when they sent him down. You've seen this before. When you look at Romero right now and you watch him, what do you think it is? Like, why has it become such a mental problem for him?
I don't know. It's like, I mean, because you've seen those guys, Steve Sachs or Mackie Sasser. We're talking extreme here, you know. Guys can't throw the ball to first base. Catchers can't throw the ball back to the pitcher. I mean, he has trouble getting the ball over the plate. I mean, they walked the big guy, the Cuban guy.
Cespedes.
They walked. I'm glad you guys know how to pronounce it. I just have to look
Tim
up
beat
how
me
to
to
spell
it, thank goodness.
But they walk him to load the bases, and then he walks the next guy on a 3-2 pitch. Like, I mean, when a guy's having control problems, why put him in a spot where he's going to be pitching with the bases loaded, and then everybody boos? I didn't think that was ideal, but his velocity is fine according to everybody, and his command is fine. And like somebody pointed out yesterday, he's throwing 14% fewer fastballs than a year ago. And the point is, he can't get the fastball over, so that's why he's going with the secondary pitchers. Like, what's the name of the game? Throw strikes.
Right.
And you can't get your best pitch over for strikes. You got to go to the second best pitch or your third best pitch.
It's funny, in my conversations with Ricky Romero, he strikes me as well-adjusted as a professional athlete can be. I mean, he seems like a good guy. But in this, and you spoke about it right off the top, have you not noticed that he is remarkably hard on himself? And I'm all for accountability in professional athletes, but it seems like he takes it to a different level, doesn't it?
Jack Morris would stand there and say, I sucked, I stunk, blah, blah, blah. But tomorrow's a new day.
Right.
Whereas this guy, it's like, is there a bed of hot coals I can go and walk over? I deserve to be tortured for being so bad. Whereas, it's the game. It's not like football where you drop the football and you at the end of the game, and now you're going to sit around and stew about it for 7 days. There's another game tomorrow. Somebody's going to be writing about something else the next day, and there's going to be a new GOAT or a new hero or something. And but he's got to get back to the state he was in spring training. I mean, he was one of the better pitchers in the game a year ago, and now he's like, I don't know where he was, 42nd out of 42 guys for ERA-wise to qualify for the ERA title. You know, that's not where he should be.
Bob Elliott's our guest from the Toronto Sun. Bob, is there a Mel Queen or someone like that who can do what they did with Halladay, take him apart and put him back together?
Well, Mel Queen helped when Halladay got to Knoxville.
Yeah.
But Halladay had a lot of people help him, like Scott Breeden, like when he went back down to Dunedin, and as Ash is so fond of saying, Gord Ash, he says everybody's taking credit for Halladay, but the kid did it himself. I mean, the kid Romero has to take some instruction from these people, whether it's a minor league guy if he goes there, or if it's Bruce Walton, and do it himself. I mean, Bruce Walton can't go out there in the second inning with men on second and third and throw a strike. The guy has to do it himself. I mean, he's good enough. He was good enough during his contract. He's good enough to be here, but now he's hit a bump in the road. He hit a bad bump in the road. Remember how many times we wrote about how they should have selected Tulowitzki?
Yes.
He had this same problem at Double-A, and he overcame that. So that's the approach he has to take. Hey, I've been through this. I have some experience of this. I'm going to get through it.